Hello, Owais. Could you please give an introduction about yourself?
Yeah, what's up, guys? My name is Owais. I'm 30 years old. I'm from the United States. I joined the real world back in the beginning of 2023, so it's been quite a bit of time. I can't believe it's already 2025 now. I'm a nurse practitioner by professional trade, but I knew that I needed something else in my life to take me to the distance that I wanted to go to hit the milestones that I wanted to go to. I'm a husband and a father, and those are the two best roles that I've ever had in my life. I love that the most. But who can complain about making money? And I love the real world because it's taught me so much about skills in terms of like how to scale business, how to deal with business meetings, how to deal with etiquette, and obviously why I'm here is through content creation and how to use creativity to make content. And that's why I'm here with you, Brother Rokas.
Okay, very cool introduction. First thing I'll start out with is what are you currently doing to have gone from nurse practitioner, if I heard correctly, to
Yep.
what you're doing now? That's quite a drastic shift because I'm imagining you have something of your own going on. So, what was that like transitioning from one to the other?
You know what? You would think the transition was a lot harder than what it was. The thing was, when you don't like the position that you're in, it feels like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and you're constantly being pushed between. It's the cognitive dissonance, right? You're doing what you're doing, but you want something else. So for me, the difficulty was trying to get out of the mold that, oh, you know what, the standard idea that, oh, if I go to school, I get a degree, I start working, I can start making a good salary. That was the hardest thing, to get out of that mold and to start truly believing in myself, to be like, okay, I can create something for myself. And that was probably the hardest part. I think the easiest part was that there's so many like avenues. I think I would actually argue that might be one of the harder things, is that there's so many different avenues on how to make money online that it's hard for you to be like, okay, this is the path that I want to take. You can start making, there's like, oh, there's day trading, there's crypto trading, there's e-commerce, there's copywriting. There's so many different avenues that you can go through, and all of them will make you money. So I think that might have been one of the hardest things, of choosing which one was going to be best for me. I found myself going through a lot of the campuses and just being like, is this a good fit for me? Is this a good fit for me? Is this something that I want to do? And the way that I got into affiliate marketing or into TikTok shop was that I was already spending so much time on TikTok. I would be in between my work, I'd be scrolling on TikTok, and I would see people making money on like on views. And so that's where my original thought process was like, okay, if I'm already spending so much time on this app while I'm at work, while I'm at home, then there has to be a way for me to make money on it too. And so the way that I completely started off was that I wanted to make money through the CRP program, which is the Creative Rewards Program, where you get paid for views. And I started with motivational content. So I was taking, obviously, I couldn't use Andrew Tate clips because any social media, whenever you threw up Tate, that shit would get thrown down. You get violations. So I wouldn't put any Tate, but I would put David Goggins, Joe Rogan, and it would be more of a positive masculinity kind of motivation kind of center. And I was doing that for about 3 months. I didn't really see any kind of progress. And then I shifted towards TikTok Shop because I saw people, this was a brand new thing where people were adding ads to their commercials and through their TikToks. And I realized, man, affiliate marketing is a real thing. And it became more of a sales position. And I started to learn sales. And that's how I got into the where I'm at now, and why I went from a nurse practitioner to an affiliate marketer through TikTok.
Okay, got it. Where did you learn video editing? Was it a skill you had before, or did you learn within the real world?
Oh no, man, dude, I had to learn that all in the real world. I had no, I mean, honestly, you could learn it yourself if you were advantageous enough to just go ahead and just try it. But there's certain things with video editing that if you want to make your video aesthetic, you have to know like the proper grading, how to position yourself in the camera. So the things that I learned mainly in the real world were the campus, where it was talk to camera, where it literally teaches you how to speak to the camera, how to fit inside the camera, how to do different UGC kind of content where you can do unboxing, you can do honest review. There's a lot of different things you could do there. And then the other thing was the CapCut boot camp that the Pope also had in the real world, and that helped me understand how to create transitions, how to create a nice hook in the beginning of the video, how to just make the video as aesthetically pleasing as possible so people want to see the video.
Mhm. Okay, understood. So I'm gonna backtrack a bit.
Okay.
How did you end up joining the real world? What made you actually make that decision to join them?
Man, the thing was, it's so funny because before the steps to become a nurse practitioner is that you have to be a nurse first. So
Mhm.
I was a nurse and I was doing my job and I hated my job. I still to this day hate that job. I never want to go back to that job, but God forbid something happens, like I can go back to it. I hated that job and I would constantly, like I said, I would be on my phone just looking. When you hate something and you're like, let's say you're waiting for the doctor or a dentist visit and you just start scrolling on your phone to just kind of distract yourself and get away from the current position that you're in. So I would constantly do that and I would start seeing Andrew everywhere. In the beginning I didn't like Andrew. Like I was like, who is this bald-headed bastard on my phone everywhere? Like I see him, he seems very like douchebaggy, but like then I gave him a chance. Like I listened to one of his videos and I was like, man, dude, this guy is saying everything that I agree with. And then I saw another video. I was like, man, I really agree with this. And for I would see his videos for maybe 2 or 3 months, and then he started promoting the real world. And he said one thing that like really, really just stayed with me. And he was like, dude, listen, this university is only $50 a month. Like you spend that much money on dinner sometimes. And I was like, yeah, like that's crazy. I can definitely afford to spend $50 a month on this and I can keep this as like an ace in my sleeve. And that was where I decided to join the real world. I was like, bro, it's only $50 a month. It's not that big of a deal. Like I can afford that. Um, and it could be something that I can definitely grow on. And I would honestly say this, that the first year that I was in the real world, I barely used it. I barely used it. It was just one of those things where I was like, man, it's only $50. Let me just hop in there. And I can always use this as a backup plan. I can always use this as a means for me to get education at any point. And then I start slowly going because I joined the copyright campus in the beginning. That's where the quiz took me to the copyright campus, and I was okay with it, and I understood the business model. But it wasn't something that I was personally interested in. It I didn't really like writing. That was never one of the things that I never really liked reading. I never liked writing, so that was never one of the things that I wanted to do. So I just jumped from one campus. I started doing the business mod campus, where Professor Arnold just talks about business lessons, sales, and just how to communicate through business meetings and all this type of things. And finally, that's where I was like, man, you know what? I'm very happy that I joined the real world, even though I spent a year of it not even doing anything really in it and just kind of absorbing the material and absorbing the overall nature of the people that are inside the real world. It changed my trajectory just being inside because I knew all the other people. The thing was, the craziest thing was like I would go through that. Oh, it wasn't a whole year, but like around a year of time that I was in the real world and not really doing anything. I would go and see other people's wins, and they would inspire me. I was like, "Holy crap! This person made this much money this month. Like, that's unbelievable." And it was just like that, man. Like, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, um, as soon as he said the price point and he brought up that point that hey man, it's literally the same price as a dinner, and if you can't make something out of that, like if you can't make $50 back, then what are you even doing with your life? And there's so many ways to make money in the real world that like you would make back $50 in a day if you wanted just by reselling. You can go to the resell courses and you can learn how to resell something like that. That's something that's laying in your house. So that was for me was something that I just wanted that ace in my sleeve, and that ace in my sleeve really ended up just being my trump card and allowing me to be where I'm at today.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Um, so in your case, did you end up outreaching to any kind of clients, or is all the income you've made purely from the TikTok affiliate program?
Yeah, so I constantly reach out to like
Mm.
people think that like TikTok affiliate is like, oh, you know what? You just you apply for samples, or you have the product and you just make videos on it. But the whole process of it is, number one, you have to get the sample from them. So just because I request it doesn't mean that they have to approve it. I have to communicate to them. I have to do an outreach. I have to show them why they want to send me their products. So that would be one of the, like, the first stage of it, the most superficial stage of just like looking through the product marketplace and being like, hey, I like your product. I see that it's got some sales. I have some sales. I have reputability. Can you send me a sample and I'll make some content for you? And this is really nice way for you to get a lot of free stuff, because I've gotten over $10,000 worth of free stuff. Like, I've gotten crazy things. Like, I have a $600 electric scooter downstairs in my garage. It's an off-road scooter, and I just have it just to have it, and I just ride it around my apartment complex, like, because it's fun. The other aspect of it is reaching out to e-commerce businesses, like big e-commerce businesses, um, and requesting to be put on retainer, where they will pay you monthly for a set number of videos, or reaching out to them to increase your commission, or reaching out to them to give you exclusive bonuses for when you go on live for like TikTok live. So there's a lot of outreach and a lot of communication to through you and the businesses, so that you can get the best possible pricing, as well as the best possible commission for the products that you're selling on TikTok.
Got it. Okay, very cool. So with everything combined, how much have you made or are making currently?
Yeah. So I'm averaging anywhere between $4,000 to $6,000 a month, and in total, I've made $45,000 since really. No, I don't want to say joining the real world. I'm starting to work inside the real world, because you can join it and just not do any work like I did. You will still like get absorb the benefits of it, but you have to put in the work. So once I started putting in the work is when I started to see money. I would say that there was three months of time where I was just building up a TikTok account with the motivational content, and I didn't see a single dollar at that time. But I think that was me showing God that I was willing to put in the work, as well as showing myself that I could put in the work and build the presence on TikTok and build the editing skills needed for me to be able to be successful on TikTok Shop.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so a decent amount made there, and I'm sure to some people it'll be like completely surprised to hear that you can make that kind of money from TikTok affiliate and making videos. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. Then, how different is your average day now with everything you're doing
Oh
compared
my
to
god.
before you joined the real world?
Oh my god, dude. You Dude, it's been miraculous. Like, I really can't explain it. I truly can't explain it. When I started making money on the TikTok shop, and I'll just give this short. Hopefully, I won't ramble on for too long. I'll give you the story. It's it's super powerful. When I found out that my wife is pregnant, I was like, shit, I gotta drop everything and I gotta work. So when my wife was pregnant, I was working 60 hours a week. I was working 5 12-hour shifts Monday through Friday as a registered nurse. I was also doing my master's at the time, and I was also creating motivational content on TikTok. So I was doing a whole lot of things at the time. Come around May of last year, my patient that I was taking care of got sick, and for whatever reason, I couldn't take care of that patient anymore because I didn't want to get sick myself and get my pregnant wife sick. So that was kind of the general idea of that, right? So at that moment, I started to do TikTok Shop. It was like the stars aligned perfectly, right? So I left that nursing job and I got into TikTok Shop. And I will tell you this, brother, from my wife's eighth month of being pregnant all the way till today, my son is 10 months old. I have not worked a single registered nurse job because of the lessons I've learned in the real world, and because I applied them, used creativity, and put in the work through the TikTok shop. So I got to be there for my wife's final trimester, the last part of her final trimester, from 8 to 9 months. I was there, and that was because of me, right?
That was
Whatever.
extremely odd.
Uh,
Yeah.
that was weird. For 8 to 9 months, I was there. I went to every single one of her OB appointments. I was there for the birth of my son. I cut his umbilical cord. And ever since my son has been born, I wake up with him and I put him to bed at nighttime. So I cannot explain to you the blessings, the miracles, the good karma, and the overall joy and experience and memories that I've gotten to be able to experience because I started to learn how to make money online because of the skills that I learned from the real world. So I hope that kind of answers the question. I know I kind of rambled there, but I
No,
want to share the personal experience so that people who watch this understand that, like, you don't have to be a slave. You don't have to go into the rat race. You don't have to sell your life, sell your hours, because you're selling your life every time you go to a job and you're clocking in. You're selling your life for dollars. For dollars, you're selling, okay, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'm selling my life for those 8 hours, and you don't have to do that. There's ways out of it. There's ways for you don't even need to make a lot of money. You just need to have freedom with your time. That's the most biggest blessing. That's the most biggest asset, is that if you can get your time back, then you can do the things that you want to do. You can live the life that you want to live. You may not have a Lamborghini on the driveway. Even you can get a Lamborghini if you want it, but the ultimate goal should be that you can live the life that you want to live because you have the freedom to do it. And yeah, that's my answer, man.
very powerful. And yeah, to go back to what you said about, you said it was a son, right? 10 month
Yes, my
old.
son. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so many people can't watch their kids growing up because they're working a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I'm sure it's such a blessing to actually be able to be there, see your child's like as he starts crawling, you'll see his first steps. Then after as well, like you'll see all those experiences. Whereas for other people, all they'll see is a photo of it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. No, and they grow up so fast, man. They grow up so fast. I feel like it was yesterday. My wife was still pregnant, and now he's already crawling through the floor. He's climbing over things. He's got his own personality. So it's something you don't want to miss, man. If you have the opportunity, like, you don't want to miss it.
indeed, and with the trajectory you're on, what plans do you have? What goals do you have for future if you were to lay it out in short term, medium term, and long term?
Yeah, yeah. So, short term, is obviously continue what I'm doing on TikTok Shop. I want to scale it up to making $10,000 a month. With TikTok Shop, you have to remember it's a sales position, so some months go up, some months go down, but it's staying consistent and staying and continually improving. So that's the short term goal, is to get TikTok Shop to making $10,000 a month, at least on average. And then I also have my own product where I'm creating, and I want to start a business around my own product, because now I know that if I can sell other people's products and get a commission off of that, now I can create my own product and sell my own product, and I don't have to worry about commissions. So I have created a digital product now. So I'm going to be starting to do that, and that's like my middle my middle goal right there. Short to middle goal is to continue TikTok Shop, as well as develop uh, my own digital product and start selling that. And I'm very close to starting to create content for that one. And then my long term goal is to continue both of those. Hopefully, work contractually as a nurse practitioner. I work in psychiatry, so hopefully have a very like stable part time job where I can work from home. And still get a nice salary, and that way I have three different multiple incomes coming in, and I'm also just at home with my family and I can enjoy them as well. And then the long term goal is to invest as much as possible. I want to invest in crypto. I want to invest in the stock market. I want to invest in real estate, and I want to have my future and my wife and my child's future set up. And I would love to take care of my family members who are in debt. I would love to erase all my family members' debt, because I know debt can be bad debt, like, like credit cards and car payments and uh, loans and stuff like that. I would love to be able to save them from that, so that they can get out of the thumb, like the financial stress that they're in, and they can enjoy their life too. Because what's the point of making it, man? Like, what's the point of living your dream if you can't share your dream with the people that you love? What's the point? What's the point of just being like, all right, man, I made it. I got the car. I got the house. I got the bank account. And then my brother is like, struggling just to make his car payment. Like, I don't like that. I never wanted that. I never wanted a Rolex on my wrist while my brother was working 50, 60 hours just to make ends meet. So, but hopefully that's the long term goal, is take care of my family members, take care of my wife's family. set up my child to a way where he still has to bust his ass. He's still gonna work, but he's not gonna have to ever worry that, oh man, where is money gonna come if God forbid something happens to me. So that's where my mind's at right now.
All right, very
God
cool.
willing. God willing.
Cool. And now, earlier you mentioned seeing a lot of Tate's shorts and eventually understanding the perspective he had after watching the longer form podcast. So, with everything you've watched from Tate, what kind of an impact has he had on you and your mindset?
Man. Yeah, no, man, it's crazy. Um, everything, everything. Like, it was a God sent moment, right? It was something that was like, it really woke me up to the masculine imperative. It woke me up to like what I was supposed to be doing with myself, right? Before I started watching Tate, like, because he never really said. I don't think he said anything really revolutionary, but he said the things that men needed to hear. It's like, dude, nobody cares about you. Your value as a man is what you can provide, what you can stand for, what you can protect. If you can't do any of those things, then your value as a man is not really there. That 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 truly like just what's the word uh, uh not resembled, whatever. It resonated. There you go. That's the word. It resonated with me because I truly reflected it. Um uh, those those messages there, understanding that wealth, that money wasn't a real thing, and that money is available anywhere. Money is like the flow of water. All you have to do is position yourself in the correct place and you can fill your bucket up with water. Understanding that the matrix, this construct that, like, the slavery construct is real. um, all those things, man. Everything that he says, for the most part, I totally agree with. I think there's probably like 2-3% that I don't agree with. I'm pretty sure most of it's like his own type of humor. But I would have to say, man, he's truly changed. Even my wife, as a lot of time, is my wife says like, dude, Andrew Tate really changed you, because I have this drive, I have this motivation, I have this inspiration. I carry myself differently, my mentality is differently in terms of like my work ethic. I'm like, man, and then overall, just like the concept of uh, that life can be a billion times better if you just put in the work and you do the lessons like that's it, man. There's so much more that I would want to say, but I just really can't articulate exactly how. I hope it kind of came across though.
Yeah, yeah, that was beautiful. Always love to hear stories like that. That
Yeah.
someone's life just completely changed because of whether it's the real world or Tate's podcasts and long form videos and everything. So yeah, beautiful. I'll wrap up with a final question. With that being, since the real world benefited you so much, what advice do you have to people who are unsure about joining? Maybe they're thinking, "What if I get scammed for $50?" Or they're just unsure whether to take that step. What do you say to them?
Man, listen, dude, it's $50. It is $50. If you get scammed, that you can join for 1 month. Just join for 1 month. Give it a chance. Join for 1 month. Watch the videos, watch the lessons. If you don't like it, then you can quit. You just need to join for 1 month. I guarantee you, if you join for 1 month and you see all the things that you can accomplish, if you look at all the people's wins, you can look at all the hundreds and thousands of lessons that are in there for mentality, for etiquette, for how to dress, fitness, how to make money through 17, 18, 20. I think there's more than 20 ways to make money on the real world. You can look at any of those options. If you have your own business, you can learn how to scale your business. You can learn how to do marketing. You can learn how to do sales calls. You can do email outreach. There's so many skills. For $50 a month, you're going to learn all the skills that you need to be successful in this life. And some of the courses will even hold your hand through the success. And then you also have brothers like me, you have sisters like me that are in the campus that are willing to help you. I have so many people who have messaged me through the real world, and I have talked through them exactly what I've done. I've literally held their hand not literally, but metaphorically held their hand through the campus as they messaged me like, "Hey, Owais, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to get started. Can you help guide me? I'm juggling between these two lessons." So all the life lessons that I have, I'm sharing it with other students. You have a community where if you have questions, they will get answered. Again, there's so many students that you can talk to. There's inspiration everywhere. There's lessons to learn everywhere. There's skills to be learned everywhere. And if you put in the work, you put in the creativity, you put in the can do attitude into it, then you may be in this position where I am, where Rokas, the King Rokas, is interviewing you for the real world. So it's one of those things that take the chance. Take the chance. You won't regret it. It's something that you will truly be very grateful that you did. And if you look at my life and see that the opportunity, that freedom, the stress, the stress release that freedom buys you, you will never regret joining the real world.
That was very well said. And now, for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, what could they do so?
Yeah, so if you join the real world, you can contact me at awaste.ms. And then if you want inspiration on terms of how to make TikTok shop videos, you can check out my TikTok. It's at shop period with period juice. So shop with juice with periods in between the words.
Got it. So we'll add that to the description of the video. And yeah, Awais, thank you for coming on and sharing your story. Really cool to hear that. As I said previously, as a father of a 10-month-old son, you've been able to watch him grow up all those 10 months, provide for your family as well, without having to work a job that you hated. Like now, you're able to do what you want remotely online, and it's scalable as well, so I'm sure you'll continue to increase that with time. And yeah, been great to hear your story. Thank you for sharing it, and I wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you, Rokas. I really appreciate the opportunity and I wish you the best as well.